Hi, welcome to our channel. Today, we'll be learning how to play Machi Koro. To set up, each player collects the 4 starting landmarks: the train station, shopping mall, amusement park, and radio tower. Before the landmarks are built, they have a grey side, and once completed, they're flipped over to show the coloured side. So begin the game with these 4 landmarks with a grey side face up in front of you, and return the extras to the game box. The rest of the cards are called establishment cards. There are starting, regular, and major ones. The starting establishments are easy to identify because they have a different coloured back compared to the rest of the cards. To begin, players will take a wheat field and bakery from the starting establishments, returning any leftovers to the box. The rest of the establishments comes in 15 different types, and there are several copies of each other. Do organize them into face-up stacks in order by the numbers shown here at the top. The game comes with several coins, and these come in denominations of 1, 5, and 10. Each player starts with 3 coins, and the rest are kept here in a bank along with the 2 dice. Finally, you choose a starting player to roll the dice, and then you're ready to play. In Machi Koro, players would use coins to buy additional buildings that they will place in front of themselves. These buildings have abilities that are activated when the dice are rolled, usually giving you more coins from the bank or from other players. When you earn enough coins, you can start to complete these landmarks. Complete all 4 landmarks first, and you win. Players take turns in clockwise order around the table, and on your turn, you complete 3 phases. Starting with the first phase, roll dice. When the game begins, players only roll 1 dice on their turn. The next phase is to earn income. You check to see if you are able to collect any coins by looking at the values on top of each of your establishments. If they match the dice value, the effects trigger. For example, I've rolled the 2, and that falls within the range of my bakery, and it says that I get 1 coin from the bank when rolled on my turn. The establishment comes in 4 different colors to remind you when you collect coins for them. Green establishments, like the bakery, give you coins on your turn only. But blue establishments can earn you coins on any player's turn, so you should always check your establishment after each player's roll dice phase to see if any of them activate. Red establishments let you take coins from the player who rolled the die on their turn. For example, if another player rolls the 3, then my cafe would activate and I would get 1 coin from that player. Purple establishment gives you coins from other player as well, but only on your turn. So if I rolled the 6, I would get 2 coins from all players, but only on my turn. If you ever owe coins to a player but you don't have enough to pay them fully, you pay what you can and then you ignore the rest. That player is not compensated for their lost income. If more than 1 player is owed money at the same time, for example, let's say we have 3 players. 1 is seated here, 1 is seated here, and I owe them both 2 coins, but I only have 3. You always pay back in counterclockwise order. So I would pay 2 of my coins to this player and then 1 to that player. Once you've earned income, you now enter the construction phase, where you can use your collected coins to buy a single new establishment. The cost of each establishment is shown here in the bottom left-hand corner. Let's say I decide to buy a cafe. This costs 2 coins. I place it here and pay 2 coins to the bank. Now it can trigger when the dice are rolled on future turns. Your city can have multiple copies of the same buildings, and it's recommended that you stack them like this. However, when it comes to the major establishments, these purple cards, a player can only have at most 1 of each type. Each copy of a building you roll can be triggered when you roll a die. For example, if I roll the 2 now, instead of collecting just 1 coin from the bank, I get 1 for each bakery that I own. So I would take 2. When resolving the order that buildings trigger in, always resolve red buildings first, then all the green and blue, and finally, any purple ones. Instead of constructing an establishment, a player may instead complete a landmark by paying its cost and then flipping it over. These can be completed in any order, and once flipped over, they provide you with a special power. These powers are not active when the landmark is grey side up, but they're still written here just to remind you of what they can do. For example, now that we've completed the train station, we can roll 1 or 2 dice on our turn. If you choose to roll 2 dice, you always add the number together into a single value. Once you've completed the shopping mall, each of your establishments will have this, and this symbol will earn an additional 1 coin. When the amusement park is completed, if you ever roll doubles, you take another turn immediately after the one you're currently taking. And if you've completed Radio Tower, once every turn, you can choose to re-roll your dice. Now if you have chosen to roll 2 dice, you can't just re-roll one of them. You need to re-roll both of them. As soon as a player has completed their 4th landmark, they immediately win the game. And as a reminder, you do not have to complete them in order. So you could save up and complete the radio tower first if you really wanted to. And that's how you play Machi Koro. Thanks for watching. If you've enjoyed this tutorial, like, share and subscribe for more game guides. Let us know in the comments which game you'd like to master next.